Hey, what's up guys? In this video, as we talked about in last night's live stream, we're going back to Tulsa, Oklahoma, where a young lady by the name of Shannon observed a very large, what she's calling a metal disc in the sky above Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm going to read you the email correspondence that she shared with me, and then we're going to take a look at the photo she shared with me, and I've adjusted the lighting and contrast and used some different techniques to pull forward this very large metal disc that does appear to be in the sky with windows. She actually saw windows on this thing. Here's the first email I received from Shannon at reports@mrmbb333.com back on January the 20th. She says, "Hello, my name is Shannon. Walking my son to school one morning, I saw this and took a picture with my ZTE phone. It was a huge flying metal ship. The sun was reflecting off of it. It terrified my son and I. It had windows in it." And then she goes, "Can you see it?" And I'm going to share that picture with you right now. This is the photo she shared with me. And you can see a school bus. She was walking away from the school at the time. She had taken her son inside, came back out, and it was still up there. So I'm going to read you the second email because I asked her a few questions, and I did tell her that yes, I could see it, but I wanted a few more details if she had any. So she responded back. I sent her first though. I said, "Yes, I'm seeing more and more of the metal craft. I can see the windows, and it has some sort of a unique symbol on the side of it that we're going to take a closer look at also in this video." I said, "Do you recall any other details? How long you two saw it? Was it moving? About how big? An example, like a supermarket, a cruise ship, a house, a football field. Color looks to be medium gray to me. It's difficult to tell." And I said, "Does that sound right? Thanks." And she said, "Yes, I can tell you, first of all, there was a humming noise that I heard that was not heard by anyone else all the night before. It was huge." Now she's referring to the size. "Maybe 3 football fields wide." That's incredible. That's 900 feet. You're approaching that 1,000-foot range. "It was surrounded by beautiful billowing clouds that were all different colors." And that's like in the photograph. You can see a multitude of colors. You can see it was early in the morning. The sky was still kind of dark gray and light blue in places. And you got this low on the horizon. Definitely surrounded by clouds, but there was enough of it visible to see. She goes on to say it was very low and the top part of it was completely enveloped in clouds. "After I dropped my son off at school, I came back out and stood amazed. I couldn't believe no one else reported it. There also seemed to be smaller objects hovering around it. After about an hour, the storm came in behind it and it was not visible anymore. Please let me know if you have any other questions." She goes, "I can't wait to see what you come up with." Well, here's what I came up with, and it reminded me of something that we saw a few months ago out of Germany. A young lady by the name of Daniela sent us this photograph also of a disc in the clouds early in the morning, and you can clearly see the outline of a disc with windows. It reminded me very much of that photograph. So I revisited the photo that Daniela sent us from Germany. I adjusted the color and the lighting, and you can definitely see beyond a shadow of a doubt there's something in those clouds that's an entirely different color. And in fact, in this format, the clouds look white, this looks blue. So what that tells us, there's something here that's of a different material. That's not water vapor. There's definitely a solid structure of the clouds. But anyway, that one was from Germany a few months back from Daniela, which was also an excellent observation. Now we're going to take a look at what Shannon saw in Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is a black and white photo, and the reason I'm sharing this with you is I want to try to pull forward these windows off to the right. There's a window there, if you guys can see it, and then there's a stretch of windows here that are smaller, more rectangle shaped. This one here is large and round, like a big portal. and then there's some rectangle ones here, another portal here, and then right back here in the center of this thing, it's difficult to tell because it's heavily pixelated, but there is a symbol right there that you're going to see throughout this video, right there in the middle, some sort of a weird symbol that has a different type of appeal to it. We'll take a closer look at it, but you can see what looks like energy underneath this thing in the form of light, almost look like lightning bolts. And then over here to the right, you can see, or to the left, you can see more of a disc shape as well. Here is one that's heavily induced with color and greens and yellows, and again, that window sticks out very clearly over here on the right. And that's about all I could pull out of this photo here, other than that symbol right there in the center. See that symbol? It just doesn't change. There's something right there. Can't quite figure out what that is. You can see it again right there. This one, the windows are a little more obvious. You can see one here, 3 here that are smaller, more rectangle shaped, and then this big portal shaped window here. This is the school bus, obviously clouds, and this looks like some sort of a building here, and then that light underneath it that kind of looks like lightning bolts, so to speak. This one here is lightened up considerably. I pulled out a lot of the darkness, but it is kind of pixelated, but you can still see the windows, especially over here to the right. And there's that object again right there in the center that honestly, no matter what I did, it wouldn't go away. There it is right there too. And it really didn't change that much. Something right there. Over here to the left, you can see what looks like a smooth disc pattern. Doesn't fit in with the random clouds. Crystal clear view of that large portal window that she was talking about. Here's another view and a slightly different lighting and color modification. There's that object in the center. Window, even more obvious in my opinion, over here on the right. And she did say she saw a window. Here's a really good view of that window. Large portal-like window, rectangle windows there, and there's that thing again, that feature, that symbol, whatever it is, right there. And in some of these photos, you can see at the top, it almost comes to a point right up in here. Again, it's very difficult to tell. But here's the disc. I have it circled in the middle. I know this one here is very, very busy because I've got a lot of light added to this one here. But again, the windows are over here, disc throughout the center that she said was nearly 3 football fields wide. There it is again, the entire structure. That's the original photo that she shared with me. I just made it a little larger. That's me pointing up at the craft. It's definitely there, no doubt about it. This one here is very heavily saturated with color, and I was again trying to pull forward any features that I could, but there were a lot of clouds in the way. I don't think these things are necessarily meant to be seen, but you can see windows over here to the right. There's that symbol again in the middle. It's in every photograph. It doesn't go away. It may lighten or darken a little bit, but there's something right there in the center of that craft. Here I have it circled. There's the symbol again. Windows very obvious on the right, stretching all the way to the left. You can see some sort of a disc shape there in the center of those clouds. So here I've taken away a lot of the color and just left basically with blues and greens. Window right there. You can actually see depth in the window. It looks like some sort of a big portal window. There's that symbol again. Now it's black, because I've inverted this photo as well, and it was in every single photo. Here's the plasma or the energy underneath this craft as it was hovering in the clouds, and she described it as having some sort of a humming noise, and she actually heard the humming noise the night before. Here's another enhanced version, and the windows showed up really good in this photograph, and there's the symbol once again in the center. This one here is more of a just simply purple, and I've darkened it up a little bit, looking for different features. Windows mainly is all we can see here again, but you can definitely tell that there's some sort of a craft in the sky, much like Daniela saw over in Germany several months ago. So a lot of similarities to the Germany craft and the craft in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Great observations by both Daniela and Shannon. This one here looks really large, and it definitely looks very low. Very little sound. She happened to hear a humming noise, but other than that, that's it. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and thanks for sharing, guys. Good observation. You guys are definitely wide awake and on the ball, no doubt about it. If you guys have any more photos you'd like to share, you can always send those to reports at MrMBB333.com. All of the photos end up here at the Sky Phenomena Photo Gallery at the website. Thanks for watching. Have a super day and be safe out there.